Welcome to episode 218 of the UFO Buster Radio News Report. Man, I had a nice weekend. What about you guys? Was it relaxing? Or you're sitting around thinking, where's Moonraker at? Why isn't he on here talking to us about UFO stuff? Why didn't he just go down to Houston to be part of that Sky Dancer Festival? Listen, it's not going to happen this past weekend because, again, I was out of town. I was in Hunt, Texas. Listen, if you are in Hunt, Texas, and you're anywhere near the Guadalupe River, man, you've got some paradise down there. I'm not even going to lie. That's a nice place to be. A great place to vacation. Yes, that's right. I took a little vacay. Just a little bit. But because of that vacay, which is pre-planned, I could not make it to good old Houston to hang out with the folks, Deborah Burns and Daryl Sims, at the Sky Dancer Paranormal Conference, which had to do with UFOs and all kind of other paranormal stuff. But don't get worked up about it. If you're in the Houston area, and I know people listen to me from Houston because I see it in my stats, you're going to join me in September. If you are a UFO Buster Radio listener anywhere in Texas, in September, you're going to have to make your way down because they're going to be waiting for me, and I'll probably do this thing live like I'm doing right now. And you, Houston person, sitting at your desk, in your car, on the throne, you'll be able to be there with me. I might even give some stuff away, for fuck's sake, because I can. But I'm not going to lie, I got to tell you, I've been a little bit bummed about Stan Freeman. And, Friedman, should I say, not Freeman like the actor. Friedman. Yeah, I've been a little bit bummed about that because, listen, when you think about it, when you really think deeply about it, when you sit down on the throne, like I just mentioned, you sit down and you're there like the thinker while you're pushing, and you're thinking, damn, what is this ufology thing for? What is it really for? Now, I'm not going to lie. Stan Freeman, he had a lot of good accomplishments when it came to ufology, Roswell being number one in my book, to be honest. I really think that if it wasn't for him, Roswell would not be on the map. That's just the way I think about it. But the other thing is, besides that, what is it about? What are we doing when it comes to all this UFO nonsense? I don't know. I really don't. And I know you guys listen because you want some insight. You want some news. You want to figure out what the hell is going on. Why are the governments involved? Why are they hiding things? Why are people afraid to talk about it? But the thing is, there really isn't an answer here, right? Of course you're going to be fucking afraid about it. You get blackballed. People take your stuff away. Your career gets shot to hell. Let's be honest. You think anyone in the military, especially the Navy or the Air Force, are even going to report UFOs just because there's new guidelines? Stop fucking around. You know that's not going to happen. Who's going to believe them? And what is it they want you to report? Do they want these guys to report their fancy new aircraft? The one they put that patent on? That really is what it's all about. They want to report what people see. What better people to report that than their own servicemen, right? The ones that they've trained to report this stuff. That way they get good reports. That really is the way I see it. I don't see it any other way. But, this stuff is always open for discussion. So you can hit me up on Twitter at UFO Buster Radio, Instagram at Manny Moonraker, Facebook pages, Manny Moonraker and UFO Buster Radio. And don't be afraid to get on there and chew the fat, because I like to read about that stuff. And I know so do you. So let's get on with this news report ASAP. Listen, before we get into this news article, I just want to say that Ronnie Dawson has been out there doing some work. He actually got Leon Beebe And we'll have to ask him about that last name, Beebe, when he comes on the podcast. But Leon Beebe, who wrote a book regarding ancient aliens, I think it's Adam and Aliens or something like that, he's going to set us straight. We'll have the link for it when he comes on. But Leon has reached out to me. He wants to be on the podcast, and he will be after the Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to get him on so we can talk about his perspective on ancient aliens. And he's no newcomer to this, you know. Apparently, the History Channel is going to have him on there to present his side of things when it comes to ancient aliens. So why not have him on here? Why not just have him on here to tell us about what his book is about, what his theory is, and it's got to be popular, because otherwise, why even have him on a cable channel if it was a bunch of shit? I mean, come on, you guys know there's got to be something there. Today's article, on the other side of things, might be a load of shit in and of its own, because it turns out that Planet 9 is back at it again. Like, you really can't write this stuff anymore. How is it Planet 9 just will not go away? And just for our little amusement, one could say, just so that we could really get into the fun side of Planet 9, it turns out that someone is going around saying that we actually know where Planet 9 is. How does that happen? How do people know where Planet 9 is? I thought it was a mystery. I thought it was too far for anyone to figure out where the heck is that. But thanks to the Express UK, they have an article that says that someone speaking to the one and only Linda Moulton Howe decided to say that, hey, we know where Planet 9 is. We have a pretty good idea. Turns out that the tagline for this is Planet 9 Breakthrough. Astronomer reveals we know its orbit pretty well. Pretty well don't mean dick, to be honest. That's like saying horseshoes and hand grenades. He especially when it comes to Planet 9. Come on, that thing is beyond the Kuiper Belt. Are you serious? Well, it turns out that this Caltech professor, Michael Brown, who came up with the theory of Planet 9, decided to say on this radio show with Linda Moulton Howe that he says, and let's just quote this, because it's baffling how the Express UK even put this out there. He says, and I quote, "So we don't know exactly where it is. All we know is its long-term gravitational effect on these other bodies." And he's talking about those bodies of outside of the Kuiper Belt, those way out there deep bodies of asteroids and all that kind of nonsense. Even these midget planets. He also says, we know its orbit pretty well, and we know the orbit pretty well because all of these computer simulations would show if it's not massive enough, it doesn't affect the outer solar system. So the things that are beyond the Kuiper Belt, he's saying if it didn't have a good mass on it, it wouldn't affect anything. It'd be like nothing was there. But he also says that. He says that basically, in all these details, it turns out that if it did have a significant mass, it would have completely destroyed the outer belt by using its gravitational pull. In addition to that, he says that the simulations help us infer that Planet 9 does come close to the solar system, and there are moments where that's when we'll be able to find it. Shocking, right? Because if you read this article from the Express UK, the way they wrote it, he had a startling review, right? But nothing's changed. It's been the same thing that they've been reporting for a few years now, and that is these outer Kuiper Belt, bodies, these asteroids and all that kind of stuff, and these dwarf planets are being impacted by this so-called Planet 9 through its gravitational pull, but no one still has a clue where it's at. But according to this article, if you read the headlines, you would think they did. Magnificent discovery, according to them. Sorry, Michael Brown, but we're not ready to give you the keys to the city yet. So it turns out that it's just a lot more jive talk, as the Bee Gees used to say. There's nothing here for us to get excited about. Planet 9 is still out there in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows where the fuck it is. And but you can grab yourself some good clickbait by telling people that it's an amazing discovery. We know where it's at. No fucks given. I assume the guy is saying it's outside the Kuiper Belt. That's about all he can really say. There ain't shit else he could say. But he's making money, right? He's making his rounds. He's doing radio interviews. He's getting people like the Express UK to publish the nonsense. And we think that there was some kind of a big discovery. Sorry, buddy. There was nothing there for you. And that really is what was in the news. Like I said, that was the big story for today. Because sadly enough, people can't get enough of Planet 9 and these lackluster reports that anything's even out there. But that's just the way it goes, doesn't it? That's a very exciting song we're playing right now. So, that basically is the report. This is all I have for you today. Up until after Memorial Day, things are going to be a little spotty with the podcast, but I will try my best to get another episode in, maybe 2, before the end of the week. But keep in mind that once Memorial Day hits, we're going to come back. We're going to come back strong. We're going to have Leon BB on here. We're going to have a few other people that wanted to come on here as well. And we're going to have a bunch of interviews scheduled. And don't forget, this summer is going to be the summer of the co-host. That's right. It's that exciting that you have to have the Game of Thrones music on. It is the summer of the co-host. So one of you out there will be able to come on and co-host an interview or just a UBR news report with me. And together, we're going to destroy ufology. Because that shit's never going to be the same again, I guarantee you. But until then, I bid you adieu, sayonara, farewell. And I'll catch you later on this week. I'm sure about it. Ciao.